they're essential things that we are trying to address, but I don't know if the organizers told me a different time and then told other people a different time, because they only told me 15 minutes. So others had longer to speak, but I'll try to, election. When you're the pastor, I feel like I'm a pastor now in the township in a funeral, because everyone speaks and they take their time. And when it's the pastor's time to speak, they always say, Pastor, the hearse is here, we have to leave. But, and I'll also speak about specifically what I was asked to speak about. I have a lot of things that I can share that we are doing as a bank. But the overarching thing when it comes to enterprise development that we're doing as a bank is we have identified the fact that access to finance is not the main thing. That is what I've identified. I did some stats last year in terms of the inquiries that we get from our online platforms. And what we saw is people, most of the people that inquire or approach us are not saying, look, can you give me the money? But they're asking, what do I need to do in order to get the money? Okay? And that is why we have a comprehensive approach in terms of enterprise development. So access to finance is just one of the things. But another thing that we pride ourselves with is business development support. Okay? And we have branches of business development support. So for instance, if you're talking about someone who's never done a business before, because everyone thinks I can be a business owner. But what we have a startup store in Braamfontein on 41 Juta Street. The name is always hard for me to pronounce. I'm Zulu, so the name is Sutu. But it's Timolohong Precinct. Right? I hope I pronounced it correctly. So we have a center there. Okay. We also have we had an enterprise development center in Newtown, which is no longer there. Okay, thank you for that. And but we have another center where it's a co-location in Germiston, for instance, here in Joburg. But we have other centers across the country. And what these centers are for, it is for anyone. Whether you are a business owner, you're not a business owner, whether you have offices, you don't have offices, these platforms are for you to enter them and just say, I need to work. You don't need to pay for them. They are for free. Okay? So this is basically the co-working space. But over and above that, you get free Wi-Fi. In some of the places, you get free coffee, free water. Okay? So these are things that we are saying, we need to produce a conducive environment for someone to work on their idea. And some entrepreneurs may need, so I met someone in one of the expos who said, no, I need money to have working space. And I asked, okay, that's fine. We can help you with that, but what do you want to use the working? No, to meet clients, okay? When you meet the clients in that working space, it's going to allow you to get more money. Does it have anything to do with you getting more money? I said, no. But you understand that if you have working space, you need to pay for it? Yes. Then it made sense. So, but we said, this is one of the things that we need to do as a bank. So you can access these places free of charge, and I'll share some of the addresses for you. So if you want to meet a client, or potential client, and you want presentation facilities, you can get that for free. And free coffee and free Wi-Fi. So that's a basic element. And also, we've structured our services or our offerings based on which stage the SMME is at. Because you get guys, as I say, these are the guys that are still working on their ideas. So over and above that access to finance, we give you access to one of our colleagues that we work with here using my SME tools that helps you to put together a business plan. It asks you a couple of questions, and then in the background it builds a business plan for you. And you can actually edit it at a later stage so that it suits whatever needs that you want to use it for. Also your financial projections, you can get access for it, and we give you all of this free of charge. But we also have sessions that we run in these centers where you get training on how do you do market analysis, how do you do a feasibility study, how do you manage your finances and so forth. But if you go through our enterprise and supply chain development program, you get more than just access to things like this or training sessions. You get a dedicated person who will incubate you and your business. Okay? And that you get over and above the finance that the bank gives you. and that incubation process, we get it free of charge. So this is something that we are saying as a bank, that we must not just give you the money, but we must hold your hand to allow you and to help you to grow your business. Okay. So this is just some of the things that we do. So this is business development support, which is the non-financial support that we give as a bank. And we also have the financial support. So we also have what we call alternative funding, to your question earlier. What is alternative funding? And when we spoke earlier, I mentioned the fact that we structure our products based on what the customer's needs are. Okay? So I've already spoken to some of the things, but this is a definition that I've gotten for myself, and hopefully it makes sense to you as well. To say the funds that we have in the bank, these alternative funds, the main purpose of it is to support SMMEs with viable businesses, okay? But who require funding but do not have access to funding, mainly because of no security at all, or if you may have security, the security is insufficient. And it is also for people who have an adverse credit record, which we're talking about right now. But what we must try to do is, we assess the fact that, are you in that adverse situation in terms of your credit profile based on recklessness, or was it circumstantial? Okay. And one of the questions that I have to answer today is, what are banks looking for finance? And you find that most people, there's one of the funds that we've had since 2008, and I always tell people in the bank when I'm approaching them to change things, to say, these things that you have in the bank, they were there whilst I was still in school. And now I'm here as a product manager, we're still applying the same principles as back in the day. So the economy is changing, so we must also change. But what you find that what we did back in the day, we trusted the SMME and said, okay, you need money, you have a business idea, whatever the case may be, here's the money, go and do what you want. So we relaxed our lending criteria so that we could have been accommodating to the SMME. And up until today, we're still sitting with loans that we paid back in the day to customers who said, no, yes, my business, this is what I want to do. But when we paid the money to the SMME's account, instead of going to do what you said you're going to do, they went and did something else. And as a result, they couldn't pay the bank, and as a result, they had an adverse credit record. So these are some of the things that we're saying, based on the learnings that we've had previously. We then say, this is how we must structure our product, and these are the things that we are saying we can be lenient on. But you also, as an SMME, you have to prove that you are serious about your business. Okay? So I'm trying to answer both the questions at the same time, because the questions were, what do banks look for, and what are the offerings that the bank has? So I've spoken about enterprise development support in terms of business support, the non-financial side of things, and I'm talking about now alternative funding. But maybe before I go to the details of alternative funding, I'll speak briefly about enterprise and supply chain development. This is where we as a bank approach different government institutions, we approach different private corporates and say, look, if you are giving an opportunity to a black SMME, specifically 51% black owned and above, and you give them a contract and they require working capital, send them to Absa. So we are actively approaching government and private organizations to say, if they support black businesses and those businesses need finance, they must come to Absa. That is enterprise and supply chain development at a high level. But what we do through that, so this is where we have the individual incubation, over and above all the other things that we offer. But we also have post-lending management in place. So there's a strategy where we just don't only give you the money again, but we engage the corporates